Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing my week 3 budget update and sharing with you all of the real numbers. If you're new to our channel, hey y'all, how y'all doing? My name's Shakima. I'm a single mom of 4 children. I have 2 girls, 2 boys. One is 29, 23, 15, and 10. My 29 and 23-year-olds do not live at home any longer. We do have one fur baby. Her name is Gracie. I have one mom who just moved in, so she's a grandma. And we also have a furred granddog. His name is Acro. So there's a lot of components and pieces to this puzzle of our lives, but we're excited to share with you. If you're new here, I'm so glad that you're here. We do budgeting, we do grocery hauls, we do cleaning the house, we do kid stuff, we homeschool full-time, I work full-time, we just do it all over here. Anyway, I was going to update you guys on this week's budget. I have been a student of Dave Ramsey's for about 9 years now. The kids and I have been on a debt-free journey, and it has taken us right at about 9 years to get debt-free. We were 100% debt-free in May of 2019. Since then, we have one bill we have to pay. Alana had some stomach issues over the summer, and we had to have an ultrasound done. So that is our only bill. It is right at $509 or $510, something in that nature, something in that area. And so once we get that squared away, we will be back to being 100% debt-free and starting to work on baby step number 3. So I just wanted to share with you this week's budget update to see what we spent, what we didn't spend, where we're going to make some adjustments, where we need to have some additional come in. So let me jump to my computer and share with you this week's budget. Alrighty, you guys, so here is this week's budget recap. This is for August 11th through the 17th. So under my living expenses, I did not have any living expenses for this total week at all. To my regular payments, this was very good. Regular payments, which is my student loan is paid off, Amazon Prime is paid for the year, PureFlix is paid for the year, Healthways, all of the taekwondos. Nothing under my regular expenses needed to be paid. Then we get to our food expenses. And so for food expenses on Wednesday of this week, I spent $14.82. And let's see where I spent that. A few items I needed before I went to the grocery store. So I made myself a note. There were a couple things, just probably some staple basics that I needed. So I picked those up. And then on Thursday, I spent $60 and I allocated that for my grocery shopping trip, $60. So total in food, I spent $74.82 this week. Moving down for personal expenses, I only had a $20 allotment here, and both the children had to get their eye exams done. So it's $10 per copay. So for 2 copays, $20. So I took them to get their annual eye exams. They go every year. Everything looked great. Neither one of them needed glasses or anything like that. So $20 for their copay. Alrighty, and for auto expense, so I filled up my tank on Tuesday, which was the 13th, $26.09, but I went back to work on Monday. So I drive far. Well, it depends on what school I'm going to. And so I have to drive a bit of a ways to get to my farthest school. It's about 50 minutes from my house. And so $26.09 was for a fill up after work. And then on Thursday, I filled up, I just put a little bit in the tank to get me through the weekend. So Dad sent money this week. I actually got a double payment, which I don't normally get. So I'm not sure if that means I don't get anything this week, or if that was for last week and this week, or the payment I was short in June never seemed to come through. So I don't know if it was catching up. I'm not real sure. But I ended up with $77 out of the monies that he sent left. So I put $60 towards groceries, and then $17 I just put in my gas tank, because I am now driving to and from work, and then depending on what school I'm at for the day, I may have to drive to another school or another location. So I am back at the point where I'm having to put more gas in my car. And so for the month of September, you'll see my gas allotment increase. So totaling gas was $43.09. And then for tithe and offering, $10 on Sunday the 11th. I had a person to give me a $25 love offering. I preached at church last week, and so I do not take anything from, we don't take up a speaker's offering or anything like that. Somebody just handed me an envelope, and inside of it was $25. So I put $250 of that, and then $80 was from the babysitting job that we did last week. So I put that in, so $10 for tithe and offering on Sunday. Then over here on Thursday, which is when I got the deposit, which the kids' deposit was $432.92, which again is usually $216 and some change. So I think because I was off a week somewhere between June and July, that it might have come through, or it's slowly coming through. So I went ahead and did $45 off of the $432. So that was my tithe. Now moving down, for this says emergency fund $150. I didn't have another account to put that in, so I moved $150 into my just regular savings account because I have to get Alana's curriculum. Her curriculum is $225. So I was about $75 short. I had to decide whether I wanted to get groceries this week or whether I wanted to get the curriculum and skip groceries. So I decided to get groceries with the $77 that I had left, which would have totally paid for her curriculum. But they don't start school until September. So I still have a couple more weeks to make up the $75 difference. And prayerfully, Dad will send additional monies for that. And if not, I'll take it out of my emergency fund with no problem and just pay for it. So $150 went towards Alana's curriculum. I haven't paid for it yet. And then down here, $159.98 is what I paid for Jackson's curriculum. So I've already paid for his, and it just arrived today. Today is the 19th of August. This video should have been out on the 18th, but my time would not allow it. So his curriculum is already paid for, and I have $150 towards the $225 for Alana's. I do have two what I would consider large ticket items going up on eBay. So I'm hopeful to, and it's only going for a 7-day sale. So I'm hoping to be able to recoup that money, whatever I pay or make on those two items, to pay for her curriculum. I don't want to have to depend on whether Dad will send money or not. So I do have two large ticket items going up on eBay. And a friend of mine who does very well with eBay is listing those for me. I have eBay, but I don't do the best on it, and I only do it around school time. So, you know, my practice is, I'm out of practice. So a friend of mine is going to list those two items for me. They're last year's school curriculums, and so whatever I get, I'm just going to put towards her curriculum. And then I also want to get her a home ec curriculum and then her Spanish. So I still have to get two electives and then her main curriculum. So it probably will be upwards of about $300 before I can get hers. But I will just get her main curriculum and the Spanish, and I'll save the foods curriculum till next year if I need to, or next semester, because she's going on semester. She'll be on 4x4 blocks, so that'll work out just fine. Okay, so I want to take you back to, well, let me just say this one quick thing on this. So all in total for this, what would be, well, I guess it's the second official week. Well, it's the third week. First 3 days, the first week, the second week, so it's the official second week, is $502.89 is what I spent. Now, going back to the main worksheet, over here, you know, I budgeted for $1,965. And then so far, I have received in kids deposit $649.38. And I got a deposit on 8/15 for $432.93, and then a deposit on 8/6 for $216.46. 120 from my aunt. Then I had a dividend come in, $32 $55 came in from my summer share account. $300 was gifted to us, $80 from babysitting, and $25 from a love offering. So that gave us, for unexpected gifts, monies, and all that category, $652.55, which gave us $3,266.93. So now, with that being said, all of our bills are paid. The mortgage $910, the heating is $178.46, water was $96.84, my telephone is $91.93, my internet is $70.99. Lawn care, oh, I have paid Zach. Let me go back. Zach came over, my lawn guy, but he came on Wednesday. So I needed to put that in. So $60 for Zach, so that's done. $25 for Healthways, $370 for Taekwondo, $100 for my graduation fees, $208.71 so far for groceries, and then $18.18 for a restaurant meal when I went out to eat with my sister when she got back from being away for 2 months. $20 for Jackson's hair. I have not paid Alana's doctor bill just yet. $151.09 for doctors, dentists, medicine, prescriptions. $56 for the kids' EOGs. House miscellaneous was $35. $29.88 for Gracie's food. $73.09 for gas. $57.59 for oil change. $303.70 for new tires. $107 for tithe. $150 went into the emergency fund. That's for Alana's curriculum. $159.98 for Jackson's curriculum. And that gives us a total spent of $3,273.47. And that puts us, what it says is in the hole, $6.54. So I did have a little bit of running cash left over in my checking account. So that really is not negative. But because of the monies I have allocated here, it will appear as a negative number. Now, looking here from what I assumed my budget would be at $3,757.47, that was my projected budget. That's everything I needed to pay, everything involved. So far, at this point, I've had $3,273.74 come in. So I was in a negative $1,792.47. At this point, I'm only in the negative $6.54. So we still have a couple more weeks left, and I should get some additional income coming in. Like I said, I have a couple things on eBay. I'm doing a 7-day sale. So prayerfully, that'll be enough to make up this little bit for Alana's. Alana's curriculum is always more expensive because she's in high school. Jackson's just in elementary. Well, he's going into middle school, first year middle school. Wow. So it's always a little bit more expensive for hers. Like I said, even if I don't get all I need by the end of August, they don't go back to school until the 1st of September. So I still have time and can use any money out of my September paycheck if I need to put monies here. But I'm positive that we'll get something off of the 2 big items for eBay. And then, of course, Dad will send some additional monies for the kids. All right, you guys. So what I did was I actually printed out my budget sheet so that I could actually see. I always love it when I can print it out. I'm a pencil and paper person, honestly, but I do like doing my spreadsheet because then I can have a running total, like it does all the calculations for me. Not that I can't do them, I can. But I do like doing it on the spreadsheet, but I also like having the paper copy because then I can make some notes and look and see, you know, the budgeted column and then the actual column, you're supposed to be able to see where the differences are to maybe make adjustments in your, you know, monthly budget. So I went down and I went through all of my categories to see where I had some issues. So the very first thing that I noticed was Taekwondo. Taekwondo, I budgeted in $325, which is our normal monthly fee. But I ended up paying $370, and that's because Alana needed another speed chuck. When I paid $45 for the speed chuck last month, I thought that was for 2 chucks. turns out it was only for one chuck. So I ended up having, which they're different from nunchucks. Speed chucks and nunchucks are different. So I had to buy another chuck, so that put my taekwondo over by $45. Now that's not typical for us, and then we don't have another tournament until October. They're going to a tournament this weekend. We don't have another one until October. So that gives me enough time to kind of plan. Groceries, I had budgeted $58. I'm at $208.71. So I was over my grocery budget by $150. However, during the regular school year when I'm working, I usually budget in about $260 to $300. So technically, I'm still about $92 below the $300 mark and about $52 below the $260. So I know that groceries, and for a family of 3 plus my mom, which is 4, she doesn't eat a whole lot anymore, but she still does eat. So for a family of 4, $260 is only $40 a week, $60 a week, $60 a week. So we're doing really well. I would like to increase my budget, especially being on keto. I think having a nice $400 budget, which is $100 a week, would be lovely. That's not my testimony right now. So I'll leave it where it is, $260 to $300 once I go back to work. Then the restaurant meals, $18.18 is what I was over because I didn't plan any restaurant meals, but I didn't know my sister was coming home. She actually came home early because she had a work-related injury and could no longer stay at the workplace where she was. Then moving down, the next thing was the doctor's bills. I don't normally have doctor's bills, and I normally take care of it with my prepaid benefits card, but I used all the benefits for this month, for this year, for this calendar year. It'll start again in September. So I allocated $85 and I was at $151. The kids had to get their eyes done. We had a couple prescriptions, and then Alana had that ultrasound, so I had to pay the radiology place $63 and some change. So I was over a little bit, but normally we don't have medical bills, or I'm paid for with my prepaid debit card, and I don't usually have that. So I was over about $66. For the EOGs, I was over $6, but I do like to get premium scoring, so it was worth it to me to get the premium scoring. For the house, at the moment, I'm about $85 less than what I budgeted. For Gracie, I'm $10.12 less than what I budgeted. For gas, I'm $46 less than what I budgeted so far. For my oil change, I was over $12.59. For my tires, I budgeted in $250, but I ended up spending $303.70, so I was over by $53.70. Church tithe, I did not anticipate any tithe this month because I pay my tithe off of my 10-month salary in 10 months. So instead of stretching it out to 12 months, I pay the whole thing in 10 months, knowing I don't work for 2 months. So I paid my entire tithe off of my total gross annual salary in 10 months. So I was over $107 in that category. For emergency fund or for Alana's curriculum, that was $150 that I put to the side. And then for Jackson, $159. So, when I looked at everything, from what I had budgeted, $3,757.47, to what I've spent so far, the difference in what I budgeted and what I've spent or brought in and spent is $514, which is right at about the how much Alana's doctor bill is about $509, somewhere in there. So we should even out with Dad's next deposit plus the 2 eBay items that I have out there. I'm prayerful that we'll get a decent amount for those 2 items. One is probably a high commodity, so I'm hopeful to get something. But whatever I do get, I'm going to put towards first Alana's curriculum and then the doctor's bill, because I don't want to carry that doctor's bill for a long time. I want to be done with the doctor's bill right at the end of September. I thought I could be done with it at the end of August, but that may not be factual. So the end of September, I should be done with that doctor bill at the latest, or the very least, the end of October, because I get my supplement in October. So any bills that are behind, I can catch up at the end of October. So this is how the budget is going for week one. The first week, I ended up spending $954.29. Week two, I spent $502.89. Well, $532.89. And I spent the very bulk of my monies the first 3 days of August, because I always pay my bills at the beginning of August. So anyway, that is the budget update. There's not a lot. I have $0 for grocery money this week, for this 18th through the 24th, but that's okay, because I'm very sure that something will come through. So I'm not going to worry about it. And again, if not, we have plenty in our fridge and plenty in the freezer, in the garage. So if we miss a week of groceries, no problem. We have enough to sustain us to eat keto. We still have enough to eat keto with no problem. Couple things I was thinking about. I am getting gray. I mean, the whole front part of my head is gray. And that has happened within just the last 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, month. I had little patches here and there, but the whole thing. So now I'm deciding, do I want to be salt and pepper, or do I just want to diet, or do I want to do the whole gray experience? Or I've really been toying around with platinum, but I'm not there just yet. So what I'm going to do, because there is no money in the budget for my hair, is I'm just going to let it grow for now. I'm just going to let it, continue to do its natural thing. It's in its natural state, and just live my best life. I need to get my eyebrows done. That's not in the budget. So I'm going to be in my natural state and live my best life. So there are things where you have to make concessions, or you have to just say, hey, this is not where I am right now. I'm going to be okay. And leave it for the next week, because monies may come in next week. It may not. You just have to be okay with whichever. So anyway, that's the budget for this week. I'm excited. God is always good. He's always gracious. He always takes care of us. That's just my whole entire testimony. So I don't get all excited about the budget like I used to. It used to cause me a lot of anxiety and tension, and how's this going to get paid, and how's that going to get paid. Now I'm just like, Lord, it is in your hands. You already know. Whatever you bring to me, I'll be a good steward over it. And I'm just asking you to bless what we have. So we're thankful for what he has done so far. If nothing else has to happen this month, we have met our obligations, with the exception of Alana's doctor bill. And I knew that was going to be, that was going to take some time to take care of. So I'm not stressed out in the least. It is all good. So anywho, we just wanted to bring you that update. I had said that I would try to update every week, and I want to maintain that and stay true to that. I just couldn't get the video out yesterday, so I'm doing it now. Just got off from work, and I thought, let me do this really quickly. So anywho, there it is. We do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have not, hit that red subscribe button. We'd love to keep you as a part of our YouTube community. Also hit the little bell. That way you never miss an upload from us. Thank you guys so much for stopping by our house and hanging out with us while we updated our budget. And we'll see you next time. Bye now.